here is Black Panther Reverend Annie Chambers, and she's talking about a time in Las Vegas when they joined hands with the KKK because the governor had stopped all welfare checks to poor blacks, whites, and anybody else who was poor. It was a class issue, and here's how she describes it.
And I don't know whether I told you about the story of me and the Ku Klux Klans, but they just as bad off as we is. And somebody shake them and say, hey, no, you ain't got a damn thing either. I don't need you to like me as an individual if you want to, but your ass starving too. When we was in Las Vegas, was in Nevada, rather, the governor cut off the checks for everybody. So the Klansmen weren't getting no welfare checks either. And they were trying to figure out, and we were over there, the other group of us over there talking about what we gonna do. I said, why y'all ain't got them people over there? They said, don't know them, they claim. I went over there and they asked me, say, when I walked in the church and whoever he was, the man standing up front, I don't know whether he was a minister or not, but he said the N-word, what you want, nigga? I said, the same damn thing you want, a check. I don't need you to like me, but you ain't gonna get no damn check if I don't get one. And along with the Ku Klux Klans, and this is in right now, they got it in the library. Me and the Grand Dragon standing hand in hand out there fighting for a check because his people was starving too. And see, when people understand that we have to stand up as a workers' movement. See, and I told him, I said, you may not like me. I don't care whether your son marry my daughter or my daughter marry your son or my son marry your daughter. All I want right now is a damn welfare check. We have to fight together. We closed down the strip. We closed down the casinos. We let the children run wild. We went in there and ordered food and told them charge it to the governor. We had shoppings in the store and we took and walked out with the products and told them the governor pay for it because they locked us up with too many people in jail. They didn't have no room.
So that's kind of fascinating. I mean, that's kind of the coming together with common interest, even black people coming together with the Klan because they recognize a common interest against the government. Well, that's kind
exactly.
Of, go ahead.
And we saw that same scenario back in May of last year. Okay, listen, in the civil rights movement, starting, let's say, in 1955 with Rosa Parks, and on through the 1960s with Dr. King, all the marches and protests and boycotts and sit-ins, etc. It's been predominantly black people, but we've always had a smattering, if you will, of white people who saw the vision and they joined in with us and marched with us. A small amount, but important, equally so. The powers that be, which is a polite way of saying the white power structure, when they look at those marches back then, all they see is a sea of black people and just a few people who look like them. So they plug their ears, they don't listen, and they shut us down. And so progress moves very slowly. But during the pandemic of our last year, people could not go to work. Their businesses were shut down, and they were on lockdown in their homes. So what did they do? They were like, surfing the internet, they're watching TV, and what do they see? They see a murder happening live on their screen. That was taken 8 minutes and 46 seconds. And now we see this, we as in black people see this all the time. But white people were seeing it for the first time, or many of them were. And they're like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Oh my goodness, I got to do something. And despite the health risk to them during this pandemic, they got up out of their homes and went into the streets and marched with us and now the powers that be looking at those marches, they're seeing almost as many white people as they're seeing black people. And as a result, things changed a lot quicker. Okay, in the past, if, and that's a big word, if a police officer were to be charged and arrested with shooting a black person or anybody in the back or whatever, it took a long time. And chances are he or she would get off. Today it's happening boom, 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 a lot quicker as a result of blacks and whites marching together, that collective voice speaking. We've never seen a ripple effect like we saw last year. The ripple effect being like this: the marches in the wake of George Floyd's lynching, if you will, were directed predominantly at the police. But the ripple effect that happened, you got NASCAR, which was ground zero for the Confederate flag, banning the Confederate flag. You got the sovereign state of Mississippi removing the Confederate portion out of their state flag. You got food brands like Aunt Jemima's, Uncle Ben's, changing their labels. You got legislators passing bills to change names on buildings named after slave owners or remove Confederate general statues. We've never seen this kind of thing happen so fast. And what was the difference between the marches of yesteryear and the marches of 2020? The collective voice. We had more people from different ethnicities, white, black, Hispanic, all marching together. The powers that be saw that, and you cannot stop that kind of unity. Unity is what makes change. And just like the Annie Chambers and the Klan people marching together for the same common cause, that welfare check, that's how they got it. Unity.
And that's actually scary to the establishment, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, because the establishment thrives when they keep people divided and fighting amongst themselves. You know, your enemy, the best way to defeat them is what? Divide and conquer.
That's right. That's right. Hey, everybody, this is the part where I tell you where all our live shows are, but there aren't any. And then this is why I tell you to join our premium program and get extra content, but nobody's got a fucking job. So just enjoy the video.